Howdy folks, welcome back to Huge Ass Gaming's World of Tanks Replays. I'm Hubert Jass.
We're in the garage today looking at the M3 Lee, the American Tier 4 medium tank. The Tier 4 medium, who would be TD, because, let's face it, you don't have a turret. There's a pretend turret up top, which doesn't turn, doesn't shoot. This thing, it's a TD. They call it a medium tank because it was a medium tank, but the way it plays in this game, it's a TD. So that's how I play it. I play it as a TD. But I think what we should do is, since they're calling it a medium, we're going to compare it to the other Tier 4 mediums. In fact, there is only one other Tier 4 medium at the moment, the Russian T-28. The Germans, well, we're going to use the Der Brückenwagen 2 because it's basically a Tier 4 heavy that is armored like a medium. Armed as well. So I think it's a fair comparison to use it as the German offering. Okay, I've got some side-by-sides here to show you and discuss, and then we're going to have it'll be a fun replay. If you guys are just here for the replay, feel free to skip ahead. I will not be offended. But yeah, let's move on to our side-by-sides. Yeah, so as you can see here, the hit point pool, health pool for each vehicle is very similar. 500, and our German friends a little bit more at 560. The armor, hull, front 51 for the American, 30 for the Rusky, a true medium, and the German 50. So our Americans trump the German by a millimeter there. Sides 38 on the Lee, 20 on the T-28, and 50 again on the German. Rear 38, Rusky 20, German 50. So the German tank is the best armored. Turret armor. It's possible maybe I should have compared this to the Tier 4 TDs instead, but it's not built like a TD, so we're going to call it a medium anyway. Turret armor can only look at the Russian and the German. We got the German totally outclasses the Rusky on the armor side everywhere it goes. Maneuverability. Here's a different story for everyone. The American has a power to weight ratio of 15 horsepower per ton roughly. That's not bad. Not bad. Now the Ruskies, they have 30 horsepower per ton. That is screaming fast. That tank zips around like nobody's business. And our poor little German buddy with a horsepower to weight ratio of 10. It is woefully, he wallows. He really does. So there's your advantage. You could run circles around him with both of these tanks and kill him. It's faster than this turret traverse. That you can drive around it. When we get down now, we actually look at the traverse. The Lee, having no turret, is strictly the hull traverse at 43 degrees. That's pretty good. The Ruskies, their turret traverse is 46. Their hull traverse 35, a little less than the Lee. And the traverse speed of the Germans 32. It's respectable. It's not great. Turret traverse 42, not bad. That's kind of where they balance out the German tank with its low power to weight ratio. They give it some half decent traverse. Looking over the gun selection between the three tanks, we've got the Americans with their 75mm gun. The Russian offering is a 57mm, and the Germans have a 5cm, as listed, or 50mm rate of fire. The American tank has 8.63 rounds per minute. The Russian offering 13.62 rounds per minute, and our German friends have the highest rate of fire at 16.33 rounds per minute. Rounds per minute, not absolutely everything. Average penetration, 92mm on the American gun, 112mm on the Russian gun, and a rather pitiful 67mm on the German gun. Using APCR, or armor-piercing composite rigid ammunition, the Americans can do 127mm of penetration. The Russians, 189, and the Germans bringing up the rear at 130 mils. Actually, that is not the rear. How about that? 2-3mm more than the American. Caught me off guard there. High explosive ammo for the American, 38mm. The Russian, 29mm. And the Germans, 25mm. Okay, and the average damage now for armor piercing on the American side is 160 hit points. That's pretty good. Nearly double the Russian output of 90 hit points, and more than double of the German output at 70. APCR is always the same. Basically, it just gives you the opportunity, by penetrating further, to do that damage. High explosive on the American, 200 hit points. 110 with the Russian gun, and a low 90 on the German. Dispersion at 100 meters, basically this is the accuracy of your gun. So on the American it is 0.41. On the Russian, 0.34, which is pretty respectable, and the German's 0.4. Both the American and the German accuracy on these guns is crappy. It's not good. The Russian, quite good. The Russian gun's actually like a little hypodermic needle. It's quite accurate, good rate of fire, and has great penetration. So you want to watch out for the T-28 when you're driving near either of these other two tanks. That 57mm on the T-28 can be a very nasty surprise, especially if you're a little damaged already. He'll wear you down to nothing and very quick. I thought maybe we'd also, back in the garage here, have a look at how I have my loadout set up for the Lee. I always run with a fire extinguisher, small health kit, small repair kit, ammunition. I usually knock down the main AP by 5 and trade that out for 5 APCRs just for those emergencies. And I always pack a few high explosives. Nothing better for hunting around somebody damaged than maybe a little kaboom. And for equipment, I'm running the gun rammer to reduce my loading time by 10%. I'm running the vents to bump my crew skills by 5% all around. And I'm running the enhanced gun laying drive to reduce my aiming time by 10%. So, pretty effective loadout for this tank. Now is that time when we review the gameplay. Some of you, that's what you've been waiting for the whole time. Thanks for the patience. Let's get in there right away.
Let's go!
Alright, voices palms, man. Our T-82 buddy with us. I'm going to cruise across the top here. Like I say, I consider this vehicle to be a tank destroyer and not a medium tank. So I intend to play it that way. I'm going to play from the back as much as possible, and even though it only has 0.4 accuracy, it actually does a reasonable job at distance, so that's how I'm going to play it. Let's take a look here. We'll cruise across here, kind of get in line for their starting point and see what we can see. We've got another medium with us as well. Our M2. Okay. Pop down here. Use this hill on our right here to kind of keep us a little bit of cover. Not seen anything. He hasn't spotted anything. Oh, hey, look, we got it. We got here an M2. He spotted us. He misses. We put a hole in him. And we got hit, but we bounced on someone. No shot here on that. Looks like a Lee over there. Okay, we got the corner here. We have a Martyr 2. Very dangerous gun. Doesn't fire that often, but can definitely hurt us. So we'll keep an eye on that guy. DW2 down in the ditch. Oh, comes the Martyr. And we're being hit by something. Take the shot. Take him out. Alright, who's this? A T-40 banging away at us here. Take his tracks out. Damage him. And a teammate takes him down. Very nice. Good shot, guys. And we still got the DW2. He's not the one shooting us, though. A little closer here. We pick the guy up who is doing it. Yep. Oh. What we got here? Yes, there's a light tank over there. That's a 3A. Take a shot. Okay, so you see, there was one RNG shot where it went low into the dirt. That's okay. Everybody gets those now and then. We're going to keep moving here. That guy is an SOB, and he is bound to pop up again. So far up. Aha. You see? Fortunately, he's doing more bouncing than anything else. Okay, finish him off. And wow, look at that. I believe we're down to their very last tank already. That's their DW2. It looks like he is thoroughly engaged. He's pointing up there, I don't know. Boom! Holy crap, what was that? T-82. Buddy, you didn't have a hope in hell of winning that ramming engagement, but bravely done nonetheless. Oh boy, I don't know if we're going to be able to save our guy here. We can not quite. Oh, nope, not in time. Poof, take out the DW2, finish it up. And that was a fast battle, all done. Let's go back to the garage and review a few stats. With our first stat screen here, we can see that we have amassed 1,112 experience points, pretty good round, with 14,476 credits. On our second stat screen here, we can see we had interactions with 5 of the enemy. We fired 9 shots, 8 direct hits, 7 penetrations, damage caused 811 hit points. Hits received 21. Wow. Okay. Enemies spotted 2. Enemies damaged 5. Enemies destroyed 3. Damage pawn spotting 516. Very nice. Experience received 1,112 experience points, as we saw earlier. 54 free XP. That's great. Keep adding those up. Credits received 14,476. We spent 1,907 credits to repair and rearm the tank with a total net credits of 12,569. Right, so our final stat screen here, we can see our standings versus our players on our own team and against the enemy team. We came out on top with 811 damage done and 556 base experience points. Our next competitor is the T-40 tank destroyer. Did quite well. And a few others on our team there. T-82, he did all right. Everyone else, did their thing, is what they could. The other team, the DW2, actually had quite a respectable game, especially considering what he's driving. So hats off to him. He did all right. Yeah, the Lee. I don't know how many of you guys are also World of Tanks PC players, but when I had the Lee in the PC version of World of Tanks, I despised it. However, at that time, I had not decided that it was a TD. I just thought it was a rather ungainly medium. But I'm doing much better with it here in Blitz than I did in the PC side of World of Tanks. It actually works pretty well if you play it right. I'm fighting. I bet you there's people out there who can play it like a normal medium and do well. And heck, send me a replay if you can. Record it. I will do something with it for sure. I'd like to see that because I was never successful playing it that way. Yeah, if you guys like these videos, please hit the thumbs up underneath. It does help us out. And if you really like them, why not subscribe? Every time we put one up, you'll get a notice. That way you're on top of it. You get them fresh. Okay, guys. Take care. See you next time.